Welcome everybody to another Thursday night. It is HWR's Four Corner Rants, and before we do anything, sad news today. Depends on if you're a fan of him or not. It is his name is Tom Billington, but to the world of wrestling, he is known as one of the British Bulldogs, the Dynamite Kid. I'm going to go through a bit of his career real fast, and we will be talking about that in a bit. He just passed away. He was 60 years old. Got quite a reputation in the ring as a shooter. He was an incredible athlete, but it was his other stuff that also became notoriety in the world of professional wrestling. Alright, but before we do that, let me introduce, I got some of the HWR crew. First of all, he is the guitar picking, Cajun cooking man from Canestown. He is the incomparable one, Lance Moss.
First, no, I'm not. I'm from the other side of the Tennessee, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, he comes from the same state as you.
Yeah, but I'm from Kingstown, not Canestown. I'm from Memphis.
He just blew that out. He's from the land where hardcore originated. How about that?
Damn right. Oh, you missed a death.
What's that?
You missed a death. Larry the Axeman Henning.
Oh wow! Look at that, and we will talk about Larry the Axe Henning too, the father of the one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, and the grandfather of Curtis Axel.
Not so perfect.
Yeah, not so perfect. But let me introduce our other member for tonight. She is as lovely as always. Dangerous, but lovely. She's the vicious vixen herself, Zoe Nightshade.
You knew it. You know it. Just another great weekend back here on Four Corners Rant. Want to give a shout out to my brother Johnny Swade and Carnage, and also my sister Jennifer Rain of Carnage.
All right, and we're gonna go with that. Unfortunately, folks, the other folks couldn't make it. It's a
triple threat.
It's a triple threat. Yeah.
I'm gonna win.
See, you know what? I'm gonna put it like this. You know what's bad? I bet you Zoe wishes it was a triple threat with Dean Ambrose involved in this.
No, that could just be a solo thing. That'd be all right.
That's a different kind of triple there, Joe.
Yeah, right. All
right. That's a first statement on his swap.
Oh, my IPTV guy's here.
Yep. Zoe, do it.
The Uva of Westchester.
There you go.
Oh man, there it is. Jesus, hold on a second, guys.
He's adjusting his woodpecker.
Oh
dear God.
You guys are hard. All right.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're moving forward here. We're getting part of the crew. We got the crew together. Well, you know what? Again, it's been a sad time. We've lost. Thanks to Lance informing me, we've lost two greats of their time. Not only did we lose the Dynamite Kid, who's a part of the British Bulldogs, but we did lose Larry the Axe Henning, the father of Kurt Hennig and the grandfather of Curtis Axel. But we're going to talk real quick. I'm going to toss these up there. I'm just putting this picture up there. It's sad I didn't get a chance to actually... I didn't even know he passed away, but then again, this is what happens when you're busy in the job that I have. But let me get this set, and then we can actually get this going. So, two greats are gone. Larry the Axe Hennig and Dynamite Kid from the British Bulldogs. We're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about them for right now. And we're going to talk about one half of the British Bulldogs. First of all, he is a former WWF Tag Team Champion along with his brother-in-law. Or was it his cousin? Yes, it was his cousin, Davey Boy Smith.
Just plug it back in.
Dynamite Kid was born Thomas Billington, December 5th, 1958. He passed away yesterday. He was best known as the Dynamite Kid. He was a British wrestler. He competed in the World Wrestling Federation Stampede Wrestling, which was in Canada promotion, owned by Stu Hart. He wrestled for All Japan Wrestling, which he wrestled the Great Tiger Mask in a feud up there, which was always great. You can actually go back into the old WWE archives or check out YouTube, and you could see Dynamite Kid taking on Tiger Mask. And then then again, he became part of the famous team of the British Bulldogs. He had feuds with his future brother-in-law, Bret the Hitman Hart. And who could forget how the British Bulldogs took on not only teams like the Dream Team, Demolition, the Hart Foundation, and many others during their time. He was one of the most influential wrestlers of the day, because back in the 80s, he was the one who actually was doing the high-flying athletic moves off the top rope. His top rope drop kick, his snap suplexes were just incredible. And, you know, he passed that type of British type wrestling to many others. I'm going to move on real quick. He was born in Lancaster, England. He has two sisters, a younger brother, and who were boxers, believe it or not, and his grandfather was a bare knuckle boxer. So the Billington family had a lot of sports into their back area. He was also a WWF Junior Heavyweight Champion back in the 1984. This was a title that preceded the Cruiserweight division and the Light Heavyweight title, but it was only mostly defended in Japan. Again, when he ventured over with his cousin, the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith, they became one of the most successful tag teams there. They only won the tag team title once. His partner will go on to win many more titles. But it was behind the scenes where Dynamite Kid really kind of made a bad reputation. I'm not going to go into it, but you could check out. He had actually a fist fights with Jacques Rougeau of the Rougeau brothers. This was legitimate heat. He actually got into a bar fight with the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Lance, let me hear a woo.
Woo!
There you go. And he once asked Macho Man Randy Savage to watch his back one time. So, all this stuff you can find on Wikipedia. I'm not going to continue dwelling on it, but he was one of the influential wrestlers. Let's go to you, Johnny. I know you, as well as anybody, knows the British Bulldogs.
You know, Dynamite Kid was the wrestler you wanted to be, a high flyer, was a tough guy. He wasn't as big in height as many of his opponents, but the Dynamite Kid had a lot of great matches. Overseas in Japan, when he came here to the States, he formed the British Bulldogs, one of the best at the time high flyers in this industry. A lot of Chris Benoit mentored around the British Bulldog, the Dynamite Kid, so he had a lot of influences on many wrestlers from his time up until his death. Everybody wanted to be just like Dynamite Kid. Great wrestler. It's just shame what happened to him, but you know, may he rest in peace. Great guy. Thank you for all the matches.
Absolutely, and again, you know, it was his stuff behind the scenes that kind of dampened what he accomplished in the ring. Lance, we've heard the stories of Jacques Rougeau and Raymond Rougeau when they met the British Bulldogs in the Hart Foundation. Now, let me inform everybody that the Hart Foundation, Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Animal Neidhart, who passed away as well, were all related. They were all brother-in-laws. They each married a member of the Hart family. So Dynamite married a Hart family. One of the sisters, Davy Boy, married Diana Hart. Jim the Animal Neidhart married another sister. I guess Stu was sending them out to form a Canadian English clique. So, but they all worked together and they all knew each other. So that's why you saw some of the best matches, which was the Hart Foundation versus the British Bulldogs. Over in the HWI show on YouTube, we have George there. Hey, George, good to see you. It's great to start seeing a lot of you people out there. Again, we are live not only on YouTube, Facebook, but on Twitch as well. So it's good to see you. We have Mrs. A over in the HWR chat room watching this. Pretty much it's a big thing. And first of all, I'm going to throw this out there, and I hope I don't embarrass her for it, but I want to say all our prayers are with you, Kayla. I believe it's your son who has strep throat.
My daughter, actually.
Oh, okay, your daughter.
Yeah, I don't have a son. Yeah. I love her little heart. I think I'm getting it too, possibly.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's what happens when you stop chasing Dean Ambrose around without your jacket on. It's cold
Lord.
out there, and you need to keep warm. Let's go to you. Let's go to you, Kayla. Do you remember anything of the British Bulldogs?
The only thing that I really remember was, just their closeness and their chemistry that they had whenever they were in the ring together. And Dynamite Kid, they gave him the perfect name. His moves were dynamite. His temper sure as hell was dynamite.
Absolutely. You know what? And one of the things, when I was an active manager, I made sure my team knew they had to learn double teams. And they had to learn tag team moves. So I made my teams always watch the British Bulldogs, the Hart Foundation, the Rock and Roll Express, the Midnight Express. It was one of these teams that was one of the biggest things. They're the motivators for people who want to watch professional wrestling be in a tag team. I think if people today wanted to be in a tag team, that will have to be one of the things. And I'm going to throw a quick shout out to Mrs. A. She's out there. Thank you, Mrs. A. Herbie and everybody for sharing. Thank you. We appreciate it. We love you guys. So, you know what? We're going to go a little bit in depth more. Unfortunately, the other half of the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith, actually accomplished a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? First ever European champion, and honestly, after Dynamite had that accident, or when his back just gave out on him, quite a number of years before, Davey just went on to accomplish more. But let's face it, Dynamite was just wheelchair ridden, and when you're wheelchair ridden, you really can't have a match.
Yeah, and one of the things, the sad things are that he actually was very bitter in his life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Andy will know more about this, but he was one of these guys that was really very bitter with not only with wrestling in general, but with the tag teams. I think once he split with Davey, he teamed with Davey's brother, Johnny Smith. They tried to do a new version of the British Bulldogs or the British Bruisers. I don't remember exactly, but it didn't go far, and because of back problems and all, he kind of really just really fell apart. What's that?
Back problems led to the demise of both Bulldogs.
Yes.
Because Davey taking a backdrop on the trap door that Warrior was going to gonna come up through at War Game or at Fall Brawl. I want to say '98 led to him getting addicted to pain pills and passing on.
Yes.
And well, we all know what happened to Dynamite. So.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. One of the greatest tag teams are both gone now. So, we send our condolences to the Billington family and to the Harts as well. Also, I want to do a quick shout out to Johnny Suede of Carnage. Zoe, one of your proteges, I get one of your charges.
Definitely. The man's teaching me everything I know, and I enjoy being his manager.
That's great. Now, let's talk about Larry the Axe Hennig. Again, he is the father of the late Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig and the grandfather of Joe Curtis Axel Hennig. And Amy, here's another one, Amy Miss Perfect Hennig. Larry the Axe Hennig worked in the American Wrestling Association, Vern Gagne's promotion of the 80s. That was his home. I think he rarely went out of his way to go to someplace else. He was under the tutelage of Vern Gagne. He's won the AWA Tag Team Championship with Harley Race. And that was Harley Race was NWA Heavyweight Champion. He traveled around the world. He became a tag team champion in Australia. He's wrestled in New Japan. Damn it. And just was one of those dominant figures in the AWA. And he didn't want to go anywhere else. He didn't want to go to the WWF. He didn't want to go to the NWA. He basically, that was his home. But he also teamed up with a rule-breaking and heel at the time, Dusty Rhodes, who was known as Dirty Dusty Rhodes. And let me just say, his accomplishments and the wrestlers he took on were incredible. He actually fought the Road Warriors. He's teamed up with the Crusher, Billy Robinson, feuded with Nick Bockwinkel and Ray Stevens. I mean, if you are familiar with the AWA, those names alone would come up. He was more of a tag team wrestler, so I think that was his forte. So he has won a lot of championships in the tag team division. So we're going to go a little bit with you, Johnny, because I know you're a little bit of AWA history.
Yeah, tough guy. Larry the Axe Hennig was a guy who would really try and show you who he is. Phenomenal athlete, a brute of a man. I didn't really see too much of his matches. I don't even know if I was even able to know what wrestling was when he was around. But from what I can remember, Larry the Axe Hennig was a real tough guy. And again, it's a shame that Father Time catches up with everybody, and this is what happens. Rest in peace, Larry the Axe Hennig. Thank you for all the great times. And now you're back home with your son.
Absolutely. And believe it or not, Lance, his finishing move, this is a finishing move, folks, in the 60s and 70s, the elbow drop. And this was not like a Macho Man elbow. This was just standing over your opponent and dropping the full weight of your elbow on an opponent to pin him. That's why he was given the name the Axe, because of that one signature move. Lance, back when wrestling was one move and you're done.
Yeah, I mean, they were also like, Sean Stasiak's father did the double axe handle off the top, and that was his finisher. Or, hell, back when King would do the pile driver, supposedly get disqualified, but back when finishers freaking meant something.
When the finishers meant finishers.
Yeah, not finishers meant going to kick out and you're going to have to do it about 15 more damn times. Thank you, Super Cena.
Yeah, right. Zoe, I know you're still young in the business and young in age, but do you know anything of Larry the Axe Hennig?
Unfortunately, I do not, so I'm just listening to you guys.
Well, truth be told, only thing I know about him is he did a little something when King beat Mr. Perfect for the AWA belt the first time.
Yeah, I believe he was at ringside for that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna go to our studio right now, and we are gonna cover some other titles. So again, our condolences to the Henning and the Billington family and the Hart family. Both wrestlers ahead, legends in their time. May they rest in peace. Wrestling in heaven lands it's looking better and better every day. They got the A-list, in my opinion.
Yeah, getting more and more up there.
Then when Johnny and I get up there, it'll be all hell.
Oh, hell, here come the jobbers.
Well, he was a jobber. I had tag team champions in my belt. Notice he's not arguing that point. All right.
Hey, go down to Smoky Mountain again, Joe.
No, that's okay. I made it a rule. I made a rule. I will never set foot. Well, I could set foot now because nobody's going to remember that unless I wear my actual Joey Knight jacket, and I doubt anybody, and I doubt it even fits me nowadays. So, but you know what, folks? Let's go on to other topics. Chris Jericho attacks a fan who tried to get on his tour bus. I guess he didn't pay the ticket. During his last show, Chris Jericho was in a physical altercation with a person who was helping out with the show. Not sure on what level. Apparently, the person thought he could get on the bus and get some autographs or maybe a photo op. Yes. Basically, it says details are a bit sketchy, but apparently the fan was not welcomed on the bus. The fan got in a fight with drummer Jack Slade and broke his collarbone. This is where Jericho chased the fan down, tackled him. Reports also noted that the fan was able to make it to his car and speed off. Police eventually caught up with him, and he was arrested. At this point, it's not clear if Jericho will face any charges. Now, this is where today's society and the law is stupid. I'm sorry, it's stupid. You attack my friend, I'm gonna come down and hunt you down. Now, if I tackle you but you still get on it, hey, that's not breaking the law. You trying to hold the guy down for the police to arrive. I don't think that's wrong at all. So
That's citizen arrest in my book.
Absolutely, So we're going to talk about that. Lance, let's go to you on this. What do you think? Should Chris Jericho face anything like this?
Hell no, and I'll tell you why. The fan was not invited to get on Fozzie's tour bus. And as touring musicians, that is their home. That'd be like some random person walking into your house and being like, "Hey, Joe," you probably just beat the shit out of them because, well, they shouldn't be in there. And if they start fighting with people, hey, that's breaking and entering, assault. Jericho basically put that sumbitch on the list.
Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with that. And I think, again, the situation...
The fans should face charges, honestly.
Absolutely. What should be done, I think, and that's where he got arrested for, he actually went out of his way, and he's the one instigated a fight.
It would have been funny if reports would have said Jericho put him in the line town.
Oh, and until police arrived. I want to give a quick shout out to Billy Brewster, who gave us a thumbs up. Thank you.
That's another KZW wrestler.
All right, there you go. And we're going to be talking about KCW and Revenge Pro Wrestling later in the show, because they both have shows coming up. Zoe, if you want to shoot me a flyer on Facebook, I can post that up.
I sure will.
We got to continue right now with this. And you know what? John, let's go to you, Johnny. What do you think?
Well, it'd be better if he was in here.
Yep.
Damn it. Somebody called his Uber. All right, so
Yeah.
we're gonna. This just gonna be us then. Let's go to you, Kayla. What do you think?
Honestly, Chris Jericho was 100% in the right. It's like Lance was saying, that tour bus is their home away from home. That's got all of their personal stuff in it. It's got their wallets, everything. And I mean, if you think about it, yes, you can be a fan of theirs, but don't overstep your boundaries. Even though you're helping out with a daggone show, it still gives you no right to walk up in there. As far as that goes, Jericho was in the right for doing what he did. If somebody came after one of my girls in the bombshell division, you better believe I'll be running to her aid.
And that's again, that was the wrestling code. Even though this was not a wrestling deal, Lance, I know you know more about the musicians code. If somebody tries to pull that on just because they helped out with the show doesn't mean that you got privilege to step
it's
on
like,
the bus.
It's basically like I said. That's their home. If you're invited, sure, come on. If you're not, you don't open that damn door.
Exactly. It's their only place for privacy whenever they're doing a show, honestly.
Unless they're like a dressing room or something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? And that's one of the things that, again, this situation pops out. And let's hope that nothing happens to Chris Jericho, because I think he was completely in the right.
If the fan got beat up, to quote James Storm, sorry about your damn luck.
Before we move on to another topic, I'm going to say this as well. Back in the day, if a fan jumped into the locker room or something like that, all the workers beat the hell out of you and threw him out. That was the code right there. That was a thing where, yeah, you're kind of getting your ass beat here. I'm sorry, but that's what's going to happen.
It's kind of like you don't step on a basketball court in the NBA during the middle of a game. You don't jump the fence at an NFL game. You don't jump the barricade at a wrestling match. Three things that will get your ass whooped.
At the same time, there's an old saying, never tug on Superman's cape.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to another topic. Alexa Bliss, my favorite little Blisser. She's now cleared to wrestle. Busted Open announced that multi-time women's champion Alexa Bliss is cleared to wrestle. The wrestling goddess, which she is, has been sitting on the sidelines since her match against Ronda Rousey at Evolution. WWE kept Bliss in the spotlight by giving her control of the Raw Women's division, but with Bliss cleared, one has to wonder how everything would eventually play out. Let's go to you, Zoe. This is one of your fortes.
And I am so happy that she got cleared, because Little Miss Bliss, she's got it. She's got looks. She can play a heel. She can wrestle. She can play even as a temporary manager or general manager of a show. I'm missing Miss Bliss in there, actually throwing some shots and dislocating her elbow and popping it back into place. Yeah, I know, ow. But I'm so happy for her. That's great news. I'd say since it's already getting around on social media, we might actually see her do a little something in the ring at the next pay-per-view, maybe interfering in something and just shocking us all by putting somebody, down.
Absolutely. All right. Lance, what do you think?
Well, quote Matt Hardy, delightful. Because she hot, anyway, I can see, instead of interfering at the next in the next pay-per-view, I see more like this. She makes her surprise return. Some entrance, 3, 2, 1, dun-it, dun-it, dun-it. Then her music hits at the Rumble.
Yeah, I could see her making that. Seems like a more that seems like a better solution for her. Hold out to the Rumble, and come back, and I think that will really save her more than anything else. The surprise factor has to be there. I don't like when WWE just tosses these people back out, and then
And then during the our Rumble reaction, you'll hear me and Joe go, "Oh,
oh yeah, we would get the same reaction that Johnny gets every time he hears Zoe go over of Westchester.
It's better from her, Joe, not from you, okay?
Yeah, well, then Zoe, can you please say that again?
Or when Johnny's watching those old Nicole Bass tapes."
I'm sorry, what? I missed it. Sorry, I was talking to my child fighting with her going to bed. What are you wanting me to say in my sexy voice?
You know what Johnny wants you to say.
Your
Okay.
catchphrase.
Here we go. The Uber of Westchester.
See? Speaking about peckers, Joey Ryan is injured. Joey Ryan is currently out of action for several months due to a tear in his pectoral muscle. Ryan is mostly known for his controversial gimmick at the All In event. Ryan came down with a trail of blow-up penises. Many have frowned on Ryan's antics, but it has not stopped him from shocking the fans and peers alike. Now I'm going to throw in this. His appearance makes me look at him as a 70s porn star. Great worker. Tremendous worker. I'm not a big fan of the ball grabbing finisher that he does or some stupid crap like that. I think he should be above that. Maybe come do it like more of a Val Venus thing than anything else. I don't really like that. I really don't like that whole penis thing. That's just my opinion, but I don't think that's gonna inspire him to. It's not gonna help him get into any bigger companies with television. And I said this during the All In event that we watched. He's a good wrestler, great chemistry in the ring, great gimmick, but the penis thing is not going to get him TV time because they're gonna frown on that. As much as we can see Games of Thrones for their nudity, other shows for their a little bit of partial nudity, but you never see them go that full frontal exposure. And I think that's what's the one thing that's holding him back. Johnny, I know you don't know who Joey Ryan is, but you've probably seen the gimmick.
Nope.
Well, that's moving on to Lance. Lance for $200. Do you know who Joey Ryan is?
Yes, he's the dick spot guy. Which the best dick spot related thing was when Jerry Lawler and him were having a match. I want to say it was Mania weekend, and basically Jerry Lawler pulled out something out of his old bag of tricks and shot him in the junk with a fireball.
There you go. Roasted wieners.
And I'm sorry, it's a dick spot in wrestling. No.
Yeah, that just screams.
And Corny just loves him.
You just pulled a brother love with that.
No, that's sarcasm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? Again, and for those listening in the indie circuit, don't take this the wrong way, but I know like Dark Suede, I know guys like Billy Brewster and many of the not only the KCW workers but the Revenge Pro Wrestling fans and other independent workers who are trying to prove themselves and herself, like Zoe here. The dick thing, it's more lower case indie where it's not going to grant you a big TV deal. Zoe, I don't know if you agree with me on that or not.
No, it definitely won't, because I mean, wrestling as far as it goes, especially WWE right now, they face a whole lot of scrutiny 99% of the time, and kind of adding a giant dick would probably make it worse. I mean, as far as the judgment goes, he's great in the ring. I can't stand the pecker bit. I can't stand the bit where he shoves lollipops up people's butts. I cringe.
Yeah.
I have a solution for this. Put him against New Jack.
No, jeez.
Oh, good God, no. We don't want to kill him.
That will get rid of Joey Ryan.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
you know what? It's not.
Problem solved.
I don't think we want to get rid of him. I think we want to get rid of his gimmick, which is.
Well,
yeah.
You know what? He needs to.
That gimmick. He get a stable gun with his gimmick.
Yeah, he needs to go down and talk to the Godfather and stay at his strip joint for a couple of days to get that pretty much all straightened out. Over in the HWR chat room, we have a friend of ours, Johnny. Is Rob Sierra, who was one of our referees and managers in our past shows. He's there now. He's from Connecticut. Good to see you, Rob. We're going to move on to another subject, which is Daniel Bryan's heel gimmick. Look at Zoe's already. It looks as if Daniel Bryan's new heel gimmick is going to be much darker than his last heel run. During a taped match, Bryan grabbed the mic and sarcastically told the fans, "Happy birthday, you're stupid." Last night on SmackDown, Bryan spent most of his time berating the fans, calling them sheep and fickle. First of all, Daniel, your gimmick, your yes gimmick was fine for a whole month when you first returned. Then your little botchin' bitch Brie came back and she turned heel. Nobody gave a damn about her. And let's face it, nobody's going to give a damn about you. I think this is just going to be, personally, I think it's just going to be for another month or two till Royal Rumble. They'll take the belt off of him. He'll be gone. And he'll either stick to backstage work or something else. But I don't see Daniel Bryan lasting long as a champion or as a heel. Because we've seen his heel gimmicks before when he was with Kane as Team Hell No. He'll scream that no, no, and the fans will scream yes, yes. And then when he finally switched, he was screaming yes, yes. And Lord knows we all said no. Lance, what went wrong?
Well, actually, with this, I don't have a problem with him pissing off a fan because what's a heel's main job?
Exactly.
No, what's a heel's main job, Joe?
Make money and piss off the fans.
Exactly. He's doing his job, and probably better than most of the heels on the roster. Because how many heels on the main roster today truly can piss off the fans?
Well, let's see. The Miz.
Lashley, his little pet.
Yeah. Yeah. No. You know what, Lance? I wouldn't
And
even.
John, that's about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even put Bobby Lashley in there. I think more people hate his little Webster partner, Gary Coleman, at ringside than actually him.
What you talking about, Joe?
Yeah, there you go. So, so you think this gimmick's gonna last?
Well, if he does it right.
All right, let's go to you, Zoe. What do you think of Daniel Bryan's heel gimmick?
I mean, I wasn't expecting the heel turn, which was awesome, but now the heel gimmick. Do you want me to be honest?
Absolutely.
Because I mean, this is just how I see it. He's making it boring to me for some reason. It's like I just can't hate him. I kind of just roll my eyes like, okay, well that was dumb to a certain extent. And then this past Tuesday on SmackDown, I couldn't pay attention to him being a heel without me around looking at that ugly sweater he was wearing. And at first I thought it was a pot leaf on his t-shirt. And then I was like, yeah, Daniel Bryan. Whenever I realized it wasn't weed, I was like, whatever.
Well, he is from Seattle.
Yeah. You know what's funny? He's trying to probably go the full Van Damme on it all. I don't know. Johnny, what do you think of Daniel Bryan's heel gimmick?
Yeah, deep.
Very deep.
Hold on, I'll take you off of mute there. I didn't see it. For Daniel Bryan to go heel again, they must kind of be desperate.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, if they're using Daniel Bryan as a heel turn. I mean, I see it good for SmackDown when they go to the Fox, but I mean, I don't understand why they made him heel. I really don't.
Oh, you know what? They had to do something with him because the yes gimmick and him being a good guy was kind of already dying out. You could see the fans were no longer standing all up like when he first came back. Fans were literally all standing on their seats. And I think what started fickling the fans, Lance, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was, and for you folks that are listening in, let me know if what your opinions are on this. I kind of think it was mostly because of Bree coming back. I think the fans kind of got turned off with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it wouldn't have been so much of because Bray came back. I think it's because when they did that, the married couple versus married couple bullshit angle.
That's the dumbest thing.
Because that was a bullshit angle. I'm sorry. If you're going to have Maurice versus Brie, okay. If you're going to have Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, okay. But couple versus couple, come on.
Yeah, and you know what? The bad thing here is that they did that before with Miz and Maurice taking on Cena and Nikki, and we saw the fans weren't even bought into that either.
It don't work this age.
Yep, exactly. Nope. All right, we're gonna move on real quick, but you know what? Before I do that, Zoe, you want to get the final word? I know you said something, but go ahead. What do you think?
It's boring. He's boring to me. I can't get into him being a heel. Like, I don't know.
That's like Shinzei Nakamura trying to be an American hero. All right.
Exactly.
This just in, Joe. He wants to kick you in the nuts.
Let him try. I'll put Joey Ryan in front of me. All right. Nick Diaz, for fans that don't know that name, is Magnus from old TNA Impact. He challenges Triple H for the NWA's 10 pounds of gold title. For the fans that don't know what that means, the NWA's 10 pounds of gold, it is the actual NWA Heavyweight Championship belt. Johnny, you have that belt, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And this is the original belt that was used in the early 80s before it became the big gold belt that Ric Flair always sported around. NWA champion Nick Diaz spoke with Wrestling Incorporated where he talked about some of the wrestlers he would like to work with. One of the names he's pretty much mentioned was WWE's Triple H. In short, Adidas said he did challenge the Game. However, the WWE turned him down. WWE has never worked with other promotions, at least none that they have a better edge on, and they just might buy them out. WWE doesn't work well with others. We've seen him with the old NWA when Dan Severn was the heavyweight champion, and what was it, Lance? The Heavenly Bodies were the NWA tag champs, I believe it was.
No.
Was it the Rock and Rolls?
It was the Rock and Roll. Okay. Well, it was the Rock and Roll, and Corny came in with both of them.
Right. So WWE doesn't work well. We can hence ECW. We've seen how well that worked. Hence WCW. For Magnus to pull a stunt like this, I think he's just trying to blow a name out there so he can get some notoriety. I think personally, if he was gonna throw a name out, he should look at the people that are in the indie circuit instead of doing what Impact or TNA or whatever the fuck they call themselves these days. What they're trying to do, and I think personally, they shouldn't be targeting the WWE. They should be targeting their own talent, getting them out there, getting some momentum out there, some names out there. Stop pushing WWE names. You're not getting fans for you. You're pushing names for the WWE. In fact, when people say, "Hey, do you think Nick Diaz can beat Triple H, Lance?" What will be your reply?
Where? Because in All In, maybe. In WWE, hell no. But Nick better watch it because his wife is under contract.
Yeah, and his wife is?
Mickey James.
There you go.
That lucky motherfucker.
Exactly. Hardcore country.
I'd show her what it means.
Oh, sheesh.
Oh,
Zoe,
God.
Zoe, right now the NWA is still an indie company. It is owned by Smashing Pumpkins singer, whatever. What's his name, Lance?
Billy Corgan.
That fucker. We've seen how great he's worked with it because Lord knows it's still in the shitter, and it has been for the past couple of years. Johnny, you know, the NWA Championship years ago in the 80s meant something. Does it mean anything today? I guess not.
Hmm.
The silence is inspiring.
Hello, silence, my old friend.
Yeah, right. Zoe, let's go to you.
I ain't gonna focus too much on it because we all know Triple H probably more than likely will not even respond.
Well, they don't have
Well,
to respond.
He probably will, but he
Nah,
probably
I don't
"Hey,
think
tell your
he
husband
will.
to shut up."
I don't think he even will do that. He'll say, "Who are you again?"
Yeah, he ain't gonna care. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, that's the problem with these guys, and even with Impact. Why would you target the big dog? You're not doing your company favors by challenging them. In fact, I'm going to call out any of the workers from KCW who might be listening. From Dark Sway to Billy Brewster, I want to ask them this question: is by calling out a bigger company's name, does that actually help your company, or does it turn fans to the other company? Like if KCW challenged WWF or WWE, excuse me. Zoe, do you think that fans are going to turn into KCW more? They might turn just to Triple H, and that's no disrespect to the workers, but their WWE is the pinnacle.
Well, it's like this. They might, go to KZW for maybe one or two shows, and then they'll be like, well, I don't have all the flashy stuff that I see on TV. Let's go back over to WWE.
All right, and
It's based on the fans, man.
absolutely, fans are fickle. You want to bring them to your group, not push them to some place else. And I think, Lance, let's talk about a little bit about the Attitude Era. And the WCW was really far ahead of WWF at the time, which became WWE. But when they started mentioning Mick Foley winning the world title, I think that turned the tide.
The fuck up heard around the world. Because it's like, oh, Mick Cactus. Okay, let's go watch him.
Yep, and what happened was fans started tuning in to see what kind of product was going on over there, and smack! It started breaking down WCW, and WCW started breaking itself down by not being able to follow up with it. So that's kind of the situation that we have here. And I always said, I've seen Impact Wrestling. I've talked to some of the people worked in there. My biggest question is focus on yourself, build up your talent, make them a household name. Don't drag somebody else's name or gimmick or the WWE worker into the same sentence as you guys, because all you're gonna do is push the fans someplace else. But with that, folks, we're gonna be calling it a night. Again, we did miss Rick and that son of a bitch Andy, and we're gonna talk about the ads where everybody can get their saying. But TLC is coming up. It's coming up in about I think 2 weeks from now, isn't it, Lance? On the 16th.
Yeah, a week from Sunday.
There you go. And we will be here live that Sunday night where we will offer our opinions, comments, and do play-by-play of the night. We will not be streaming that show. We want you fans to be with us through. Go get it on the WWE Network. You know, tone down Michael Cole and Corey Graves and whatever jobber they have on the other side, and listen to us.
Yeah, don't tone them down. Hit that mute button on them.
Absolutely, and listen to us. We will have a lot of fun with that.
We may or may not be drinking. Some of us might be smoking.
It's the WWE. We might be doing that. All depends on the matches. And again, folks, when we look at these pay-per-views, again, we don't stream them, but we offer our constant opinions and our own kind of take on it. So, yeah, you know, I'm pulling up the two posters right now. We have KCW's Hardcore Christmas Story 2 and Revenge Pro Wrestling's Winter Beyond the Wall. And if you folks look at the thing, it's actually red and blue, so it's like Raw versus SmackDown. Zoe, tell everybody about KCW, what's going on, and where the fans can find out more about it, and if you could tell us a little bit of matches going on.
Okay, well, basically, Kentucky's Own Wrestling, we are old school to a T. We don't do the flashy crap. We do stuff that's going to keep you on the edge of your seat going, oh my God, how? You know, you can always find KZW on Facebook at KZW Wrestling or Kentucky's Own Wrestling. You can even see some of the matches from KZW, some of their older matches on YouTube as well under Kentucky's Own Wrestling. The show that's coming up, last show for the year 2018, it will be Hardcore Christmas Part 2. Every single match that night is going to be hardcore. Weapons, you name it. All 6 of us bombshells, we're going to be in a match going against each other with weapons to get that wonderful, glorious bombshell title belt, which I will be walking away with. And then we have our heavyweight champion, Repit, going against Maddie B in a hair versus beard match. And also, my brother in Carnage, Johnny Dark Suede. He is going to be taking out that little softy, Big Frank Vanover in a Kentucky's Own Wrestling Christmas street fight match. You can find all of us down at Shopville, Kentucky, in the old Shopville gym. Doors open at 7.
All right, there you go. We want to wish our luscious evil Vixen all the prayers with us. We want her to bring that title back not only for Carnage, but for the HWR crew.
Most definitely. And you guys can also actually see a lot of our promos. I do post them onto the HWR Facebook page.
There you go. Also, let me talk about Revenge Pro Wrestling. That's here in Erie, Pennsylvania. It says they make their return to the Avalon on Saturday, December 29th for Winter Beyond the Wall. Tickets go on sale Friday, November 2nd. They're already on sale. You want to get tickets, you can go to Revenge Pro Wrestling at AOL.com. Already announced will be Big League John McChasey goes one-on-one with the first time ever the man with war in his name, Woodrow. Puff versus Omega Aaron Driven. If Puff wins, he gets to be the owner of Revenge for a night. Pretty Boy Smooth battles former ECW superstar and current 205 Live mainstay Colin Delaney. Plus, Revenge Management is giving fans the biggest gift of all. What will that gift be? You have to actually go find out. And again, that is Saturday, December 29th at 7 p.m. in the Avalon Hotel on 16 West 10th Street on Erie, Pennsylvania. Doors open at 6 p.m. Just check out Revenge Pro Wrestling on Facebook and also on YouTube to get more information, and tell them you heard it straight here from the HWR crew. give us the shout out, and we definitely will continue to push it. Same thing for you fans of Kentucky's Own Wrestling. Let them know you heard from us, so that way maybe we can get something going. Now, let's go over. We do have t-shirts for sale, folks. It is the Lance Moss Cross Guitar t-shirts, the Johnny's what?
The Uba of Westchester
T-shirt.
You see that? That's how it's supposed to go, Joe.
Well, I can't do that. If I do that, I have to squeeze.
No, I don't want you doing it, Joe.
Okay,
I don't want you doing it. Thank you.
The Vixen, now I can't even say it. The
Can't even say it.
It's for you to say, Joe.
Yeah, the Vicious Vixen t-shirt, Zoe Nightshade. My Scoldrons Realm logo shirt. At the same time, I have the Wanna Play Scoldrons shirt. I'm going to be making this Saturday. I'm going to have up HWR's Christmas t-shirts. All the proceeds will not only go to the HWR crew, go to a Christmas fund to help.
Our legal defense team.
Exactly. We also have the Stoked Haunted t-shirts and the HWR shirt, who we don't know who that is, but we have the most famous shirt of all time, which is what, Lance?
Buy the shirt!
It is the BTS Buy the Shirt. And again, you can go to ScoldronsRealm.com, hit that shop button. You can buy all the shirts in different colors, short sleeve and long sleeve. Just go out there and support HWI. We would definitely appreciate that. Now we come to the bottom of the ninth, where we all say it's time to go. And again, check out HWR's Hardcore Wrestling Radio on YouTube at HWR Show. Also in the HWR chat room on Facebook in the group section. Not only will you, if you join our chat room, you'll get up-to-minute news, results, everything going on in professional wrestling, plus a chance not only to speak to the lovely Zoe and us, the crew here, but you also get to find out, speak to the members of KCW and Revenge Pro Wrestling. So go in there and definitely put your voices in. We love to hear from you. If you're into the paranormal and love shows from the UK, that son of a bitch Andy hosts Stoked Haunted. Now, this is not like the phony shows that you go on YouTube and you see that they throw a rock across the room. No, Andy tells it like it is. If he sees something, he's going to put it out there. If he's not going to waste your time. So check out www.stokedhaunted.com. You can also check them out on YouTube, Stoked Haunted. So just check them out. Check out BC Games and More every Tuesday night live on Facebook. You have the BC and the always lovely Mrs. A. They talk about everything retro from games and other things. So just do the hashtag BC Games and More. They're always giving us a shout out. I'm always going to give them a shout out. They're out there. Lance, let's go to you.
Well, every once in a while I go live on Lance Moss TV, and friends, I never know who's going to show up. I always post a link to the show in the HWR chat room. And also, every Friday, I do a YouTube premiere of some video that I make. It's either Redneck Gourmet or some place I've been or a guitar build. But I do that because I like to chat with people as my video is going live. It's at 12 Central, 12:30 Central, 1:30 Eastern, and what you figure out the rest of the times wherever you are, because I don't know. And you can hit me up on Twitter. It's at Lance Moss TV.
There you go. Johnny, you are the Uber of Westchester. Tell everybody about it and what's going on.
Absolutely. This is the best time for people to go out there and make money, work on your own time, make as much as you want, be out there as long as you like. There's plenty of bonuses and incentives for all new drivers, guys. This is it. One of the best part-time jobs I ever had was driving for Uber. If you like, you can go to my Instagram, the Uber of Westchester, just underscore every word. Or if you like, you can catch me on YouTube with the same name, the Uber Westchester. On my YouTube page, you'll see at the bottom, if you scroll down to the bottom, you see my referral code. If you want to drive, use it, go out there and be the best Uber driver you can be. And I always say the best thing about driving for Uber is you're taking back your day.
Absolutely. And finally, the lovely Vicious Vixen. Zoe, tell everybody about you and what's going on.
Okay, well, basically, you guys can always find me on the KZW Facebook page as well as my fan page, Zoe Nightshade. Tomorrow night, I will be going live once again on my creepypasta page, the Nightmare Vixen. I usually go live at 10 o'clock and I cover some, urban legends on the internet and true, real scary stories. And also tomorrow will be part 4 of the 4-part series, Someone Was Standing in My Yard.
There you go. And I am Joseph Scoldren Knight, and you can find me not only on Facebook, you can find me on YouTube and Twitch. Just do the hashtag Scoldren's Realm. You can talk to me on Twitter at Scoldren. Well, I do retro games. I do a lot of playthroughs. I play through old classic console games like the Nintendo, the Genesis, arcade games. I also play current games like Elder Scrolls Ark, Dead by Daylight. You name it, I am out there playing it. And I love to hear from you fans. I've hit 1,000 views. I want to get some more followers. I want to get some subscribers out there. So hit me up on those. And also you can find me on my page, ScoldrensRealm.com. Again, all of us, we would like to hear from you folks. Come on and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, hit every button you can, including your belly button, because we want to hear it, we want to see it, and we want you to be part of the elite group in professional wrestling. We're not the 4 horsemen, we're 4 horsemen and 1 filly. I think that's right.
There we go. That works.
There you go. And with that, folks, I'm going to say thanks for watching. We will be on, I should say, I will be on Friday night at midnight for my Dead by Daylight playthrough. Saturday, George, we're going to get together again. It's time for Castlevania Bloodlines. We have to finish that game. I also have Star Wars Galaxies installed. So we're going to go down a trip down memory lane for that, and I'm going to be showing off a couple of my places on Ark. So if you play Ark, any games, even Star Wars, the Old Republic or something, hit me up. I'm looking to get together with as many people as possible. Let's make a group. So with that, from the hardcore crew, this is HWR's 4 Corner Rants. We will see you next week, same time, same bat channel. Lance?
Buy the shirt!
Buy the shirt in the... that we gotta somehow get that sucker on this show. You think we can get him? No, we don't want Leo.
Oh, Tony Atlas or Bobby Lashley?
Tony Atlas. Why do we want the other jobber for?
Bobby Lashley.
Oh, wait a minute. We're still on the mic. God damn it.
Oh, God.